拾い集めてさあの日の明かりの止まってしまいたくはない答えなんて見つけなくていい壊れても行こうじゃないI can't hold it back anymore 答えはない I kiss myself goodbye
Good evening and welcome back to the Dwarven Fortress of Keskalokil, where I really can't remember what was happening. We'd had a visit from some goblins and sent them away with an earring, which seemed to cheer them up. We had finally got our military organised to actually wear boots. The swimming pool had continued not killing people. And is leaking a little less than it was. And we were mostly desperately building bedrooms. Yes, that was it. Bedrooms. That was the thing, wasn't it? So, hang on. Let me just organise some things. Right, there we are. Because we have now 137 dwarves, which is actually enough to slightly depress our frame rate. And very much not 137 beds. We currently appear to have 119 beds installed and another 11 made but not yet put into bedrooms, which would suggest that we need like another 15 or so, let's say 20, and we don't seem to have any scheduled for production, so let's ask for more beds. But we need 11 more bedrooms as well. So mostly I want areas that have adequate solid rock, because we haven't got that many porcelain bricks and we're continuing to fail to find decent quantities of decent additional quantities of kaolinite. We're being foiled somewhat by the aquifers on the higher layers. So might be enough for one more room on this side. Oh, actually over here I thought there could be some rooms, didn't I? Ooh. Because like we could stick some rooms in here. There's definitely some solid floor, solid rock there. Though possibly not on the floor below. So we could dig a staircase down there. I think that corner there we could just about fit a room in if we're a little bit careful about where we put the staircase. We will of course have to fill in that little square of wall there, but we can deal with that. Oh, that room appears to exist and doesn't have a bed in it yet. We should smooth it and fix the bedlessness situation. Right. Can't quite fit one in there. There's nothing to stop us actually heading this way, because that must all be solid rock. gets us a few more. All right, if we do that there, it ends up in empty space. Let's do it one to the right then.
The colour scheme is very something.
I think that...
Almost tasteful pastels, but not.
Well, we've got so many interesting minerals around. I mean, that kind of pinky patch over there is silty clay. This is a lot of microcline.
Stop that, it's far too silty. No.
Do you do anything useful with silty clay, like make bricks with it?
Probably. I mean, they wouldn't be very good bricks. In particular, it will probably make earthenware, which is no good for making like jugs out of unless you want to glaze them. Oops, broken that staircase. I'll fix that in a moment. Staircase. Slightly worried that these bedrooms are going to flood, but if they flood, they flood.
It's a learning experience for dwarves.
Yes. Will need to be walled in a bit, so it might not be a useful bedroom. I don't know. We'll let them dig it and see what turns up. So let's look at the military equipment situation. So as I recall, the Ageless Inks were still a bit short of kit. So they're lacking mail shirts, it looks like. Let's see what our stocks look like. Armour. So we are not, we could do with more mail shirts, okay. Actually, are we short of members in these squads as well? Yeah, that one's short one member. And that one's short one member. So we do want, we want to make quite a lot of mail shirts. And I feel that we need a third squad, really. Especially if we're going to send people out shopping for books. So what are we off? How are we doing for bars? In particular steel. We've got some iron. Okay, we apparently have no steel bars in stock. Right. Partly because the Dwarven caravan turned up and didn't sell us any. So we're going to want... I think we already have mechanisms that are smelting us more iron. So let's just order, say, 5 iron mail shirts. That will be enough for... for the soldiers we currently have, plus the ones we want to recruit. Apparently we are short of plant cloth. I haven't actually built a staircase down it or requested a staircase down into that bedroom. It's not going to work very well without one. No reason why we shouldn't build another row of bedrooms up there, actually. Those are reasonably close to the fortress. Oops, back into rectangles mode, Ben. What's going on? Oh, another strange mood. A bone carver, that's a bit worrying.
Possessed.
Yes, well, that's a fairly common kind of strange mood. Inappropriate dig square, eh?
Cancels drink taken by mood. Well,
Yes, very strange mood.
Speaking of drink, you're a bit low.
Yeah, we'll probably have. I shall check the honey and mead situation in a bit. There isn't tea still for tea, certainly. I think we're going then to want that one to be bricked in. Well, I don't know that we have any other use for earthenware bricks. Let's just use them to build a wall. Yep. Keep doing that. Reinstate the staircase. I mean, we could actually dig the bedrooms even further down, but I think there we'd run into the aquiferous sandstone, which I'd kind of prefer not to. Claire. Oh, good. Begun a mysterious construction without my having to do anything. Best kind of mysterious construction, really. I think mining skill gained by mining out all these bedrooms is competing with doctoring skill gained by hanging around with too many doctors for skills of the like official title of some of our dwarves.
You've struck brimstone.
Yes.
How will you use fire? Oh, hang on.
I think we understand fire already. Right, we've just made some more mead. See, we're automatically making mead. Did I ask to make the wrong... No, oh, right, we have a separate job for making steel mail shirts, which is being stymied by having no steel. Let's cancel that one. I think we may be trying to make socks out of the wrong materials. Right, let us now mark all of that section for smoothing. Oh, conveniently we've just run out of spare beds at the same time that we've run out of places to put them. Oh yes, do we need to be thinking about the next dwarven caravan, I wonder? Like, what are they wanting? Okay, that's apparently not the thing that I click on to find out. Oh, that's the one, yes. That's my site government, that's my entire civilization. We accidentally ended up only asking for cheese because I got confused by the user interface. They want crowns and bone figurines. Have I gone and set something going for making crowns? If I haven't, let's do that. Can we adjust the wax crafts to be wax crowns?
I prefer my crown to be made out of something less meltable.
That's nice. No, we can't. Wax crowns. I thought I'd seen some wax crowns around. What have we got by way of crowns in stock? Yeah, we've got lots of beeswax crowns, which are not worth very much, but I'm sure they'll be worth a lot if you cover them in gems. Right, and they are properly in there. And is there a task? Is there a scheduled job for making those into? Doesn't look like there is. Encrust item with encrust finished goods with gems. So that's already set up with the proper takings, and things can go back whenever they like, yes. So I think we just want to set an indefinite encrust finished goods with gems job. Basically, indefinitely encrust everything with gems. Jutton says, encrusting wax crowns with gems is probably not difficult. Squodge. No, you can't make wax mechanisms. So, a giant Kia bone scepter. I didn't even know we had any giant Kia bones kicking around. Well done.
So, right for making those books.
Yes.
The sceptre is made of giant Kia bone. itself be giant?
No, indeed. Might be quite small. This is a giant Kia bone sceptre. All craft straw ship is of the highest quality. It is decorated with floating guts leather, horse leather, and cherry wood, and encircled with bands of oval microcline cabochons. I didn't even know we had any oval microcline cabochons. This object menaces with spikes of shawl. On the item is a
What?
shawl, SCHORL.
Right, okay. Now I look at it, it makes more sense, which I assume is some kind of rock thing.
Some semi-precious stone. On the item is an image of trillion cut gems in giant Kia bone. Right, that's nice. I feel that we should make that someone's symbol of office. Don't think our count has a symbol of office yet.
Apparently it's tourmaline.
Okay.
According to the internet interpreted via IRC.
We should actually sort out everyone's bedrooms and stuff, shouldn't we? Like, our count wants a tomb, for instance. That doesn't have to be anywhere easily accessible. That can be somewhere very inconvenient. Like we can just wall off the end of some unwanted mine and declare it to be a tomb. Probably need to stick a statue in it in order to make it adequately cheery, but... Steph says, is trillion an adjective there rather than a number? I think trillion cut is a kind of cut of gem.
Like square cut and...
Yes, precisely.
Yeah, some of the others that have just gone out of my head.
Pinkby says, our count wants a tomb and a horrible accident. They're doing all right at the moment. Let's declare this dead-end tunnel to be their tomb, though. We'll need a coffin, won't we? Have we got a spare coffin? Yeah, but officially, like... no, it's probably a kind of furniture. Oh, we've got a gypsum coffin lying around, right. Install a door at the entrance, and I'm sure that'll be fine if we stick enough platinum statues in it. May as well mark the whole thing for smoothing.
Seems to be a bit of an internet problem.
Oh dear. Well, I do apologise for the bit of an internet problem. My thing's gone twirling. That's not fair.
The root has gone green. The root is green, so...
Oh, it's back now. Yeah, there's lots of unhappiness from YouTube at the moment.
And my connection just to places I can IRC from is
How annoying. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Well, I'm not really in a position to debug the network at the moment.
Our green box is green.
Yes. Are you randomly lugging a platinum statue around? You are randomly lugging, well, probably not randomly, you probably have good reason for lugging a platinum statue of id wheel chains around. Everyone is now going off to smooth the tomb.
Smooth the tomb. Tomb smoother.
Right. I think we should mark some bedrooms because things are a bit stable in the bedroom area now. bonk, bonk. Oh, we need more beds down here. Oh well, done. YouTube is still complaining at me. Right, let's smooth that lot as well. That one, western one there is probably worth walling in.
Well, let me know if it gets bad enough that Simon and I should start trying to work out what the hell's going on with an outlet, but it'll probably be a mistake.
Are we out of bricks? Surely we're not out of bricks.
If everything in this house is happy, then the problem's probably outside the house, in which case there's not much.
Brick, 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 brick.
Map the failure.
Porcelain bricks.
So, I mean, that could also be a layout, but
Right.
I mean, so far it's been pretty accurate, but
Bed,
all of the failure modes of the network.
bed. Oh, good. Sound is coming through, apparently. So, we're still trying to get the necessary coffin down here. Oh, I think we've used up all of the beeswax. Well, there's plenty of wax crowns in stock now. We can stuff gems on all of them masterfully.
Maybe the weird 1-year-old, probably now 2-year-old, can do this, because haven't they had strange moods already?
Not gem-related strange moods, I don't think.
How disappointing.
Someone is producing beds at quite a rate. Someone gets a bloodthorn bed. Like they're producing them about as fast as I can install them. Is that all of them? Right. Right, so now what happens if I mark that as doom and then assign it to the count of shoot test? I bet the answer is going to be, they will go, that's not a good enough tomb. Yes. Needs mausoleum, has servant's burial chamber.
Oh, I mean, obviously you need to bury servants.
Yes, but okay, would you like a couple of Masterwork Platinum statues in there then?
This is getting quite Egyptian.
No, that's a bed. So used to typing BFB for... Right, it's now winter. On which subject? I mean, on the subject of BFB. Install some more. Looks like I might have missed a bit of smoothing designation. So, how is our equipment situation then? Well, you're not very interesting actually. It's that one whose equipment situation is interesting. No, they still need those iron mail shirts. Apparently one of them has been made though. Once they've all been made, oh dear, we have beginnings of a catsplosion.
Catsplosion.
As in, some of the cats have had kittens.
Oh dear.
I mean, this is probably not a problem. Meanwhile, I was trying to do some mining up here, wasn't I? This is going to be a bit slow and manual because we're having to deal with it being soggy. Actually, no, that's fine. Plus, like, miles away from the rest of the fortress. Because, yes, there's this aquifer on the layer above. Oh, lots more beds made. Are we running out of places to put beds? We have run out of places to put beds. Right. We better dig some more then. We'd come down here, couldn't we? Yes, that would do. That one I think we can just hit from above. That one we can't, that will end up in the wrong place. Oh no, we can't hit that one from above. Oh well, we can hit that one from above. I can afford the occasional door. Don't have to entirely avoid building doors everywhere.
Why are you trying to avoid building doors?
Because they're faffy.
Okay.
Like, you have to build the door and then you have to install the door. And, like, it's much simpler if you don't. No. There. There. I suppose there. I don't know quite why that row of bedrooms is offset. We've still got enough access to. I mean, this is getting a bit out of the way, but like. That one's only accessible through another bedroom up there. Okay, that's fine. Blank that one because it won't work. Diziet says, so the aristocrats get unhappy while alive if they don't have a fancy tomb. Can you wait until they cark it and then steal the statues and throw their mortal remains on the midden? I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember what happens if you actually. Oh, exciting! I better pause that. I can't remember what actually happens. Possibly you get unhappy ghosts. Let's find those snatchers and deal with them. So, who have we got? Oh, they're inside the fortress, apparently.
Is it sensible to lock the door and keep them in there until you kill them?
That might be a plan, mightn't it? Well, that one's it. That one is at least at a Z level that would suggest inside the fortress.
I think of this as the Newnham College security policy.
Oh yes, that one's there.
You come in, but you can't come out. But the Newnham policy doesn't have like 2 squads of heavily armed dwarves coming after the intruder.
Yes.
It might make it work better.
So second snatcher is still on the surface. I mean, the important thing is to make sure they haven't got any children with them. They've got a bag, but their bag is empty. Right, if they're still on the surface, I'm quite happy. And there's the third one, right. So none of them have managed to get anyone. Certainly quite tempting just to lock the front door briefly. And then get that lot and say, oi, there's a goblin here. Deal with it. Did that do the right thing? Yes, it did.
Deal with the cat breeding problem.
Oh, there are lots of ways. I mean, it's only really a problem if all the cats keep adopting dwarves, so the dwarves will be unhappy if you butcher them. But I'm so far avoiding butchering creatures in this game. Like our fortress is mostly it's not very vegetarian. We're quite happy to buy meat off other people. But like this avoids all of the having lots of body parts of animals lying around if you try not to reduce animals into body parts in the first place. Oh. 2 steps after that, the goblin ended up in a cage.
Is this post-Kia fortifications?
Yes. But it works just as well on a goblin. Right, maybe we don't have to kill that goblin now then. Let's unlock the front door. So, yes, our first one is a caged prisoner. The second 2 are outside and hostile, but probably running for their lives, if they're sensible. But, let's give them some encouragement. First squad, kill that goblin. Second squad, kill that goblin. That way, the goblins will probably not get away. We'll see. Here we have one enthusiastic child. No, they have a child. 26-year-old mace dwarf who is properly equipped with a steel short sword. That's not really right for a mace dwarf. Still, it'll do. High boots, gauntlet, helm, gauntlet, shield, steel mail shirt, and bobcat leather trousers.
Instead of trousers, package contains bobcat.
I think that dwarf just leapt through the air in the general direction of the goblin. The goblin has turned round, the fool. Why is the dwarf... right, our mace dwarf is terrified. Have you noticed what you're wearing? You don't need to be terrified. The goblin is unarmed. And you have a steel sword and full steel armour. I mean, that might mean the goblin can outrun you. Probably covered in sweat. No, tears from the being terrified.
I can promise you nothing but sweat, tears, and extremely confusing everything.
Goblin is terrified now. Dwarf is apparently tiring based on how they're slowing down. They're both tiring. Yes. Oh, goblin didn't make it to the end of the map.
Poor goblin. goblin.
Well, if they're going to come trying to steal our children, what do they expect?
Are they trying to steal your children? Or
Yes.
are they just- oh.
One of them on a previous run did actually manage to get a child into a bag and was on the way out of the map.
I mean, I assume this is to have your children for dinner. because-
I think they do actually also steal them and then bring them up as goblins.
Okay, I mean, given how weird, dwarven, and strange and difficult dwarven children are, you'd think that, you know, growing your own would be easier.
Yes, I think goblins may not be very good at that.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, how bad do you have to be in order for it to still be better than trying to raise a stolen dwarf child that's probably not going to cooperate with you?
Yeah, you're quite right. There is indeed no hope. Even my incompetent dwarf was quite capable of... you weren't meant to punch him. You weren't punching him wearing steel gauntlets, though. That'll do a pretty decent job. Not so much knocked unconscious as beheaded. Right, well done, sir. Or madam, sir. That was a bit scary, but you're satisfied at improving fighting. Good. Right, where's the other goblin got to then? We still think they need killing. Smutsu Snango thingamy. They're tired as well. Are they also fleeing thus? Lost them. Let's let the things animate a bit. They seem not to be doing anything. Right, let's take our already quite effective dwarf and set them after this goblin. Oh no, someone else is closer. They haven't spotted him. Oh, now they have. Maybe. There's a river in the way. Ah, gotcha. Right, second goblin very dead. Basically, as soon as you caught up, yes. The iron battle axe was quite effective. Solid trousers, though. As in reduced an axe to bruising.
Well, maybe the axe was at like 90 degrees to sensible.
It's possible. Well, no, there is a separate action for slapping someone with an axe rather than hacking them with it.
Maybe there's a separate action for doing that on purpose.
True, true. None of my dwarves are much good with their weapons.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think there is a bit of incompetence with axes going on here. No. Right, well, that was fairly effective. Both of the goblins who ran away didn't manage to put themselves in cage traps, got beheaded. Right, so let's reclaim all of their rubbish, if nothing else, so that we can put it in our...
So what do you do with the one in the cage trap?
I don't know, I'm kind of inclined to plant the cage outside the front door as a warning.
Do goblins pay attention to warnings?
I doubt. They might do, actually. Let's get the bits of dead goblin disposed of. Before they upset too many people. Goblin teeth all over the place. I mean, to be fair, relatively few teeth. Oops. Right, we'll dispose of them and then we'll reclaim their stuff.
Do snatchers come with worthwhile stuff?
A bag, some clothes. Unfortunately, hacking a goblin up with a sword tends to leave their clothes in a pretty terrible state as well. If we look at what they've brought with them, like the trousers are badly worn, the cloak is badly worn, most of the other things are a bit damaged. Socks and shoes look like they might be all right.
They're not like proper thief gear, like cloaks of invisibility.
No. Well, there is very little magic, if any, in Dwarf Fortress at the moment. So, oh, we've struck Sard. Where did we strike Sard? Aha, right. So yes, we're waiting for yes, the only equipment they bring with them is a bag. So, what are you doing out here? You're just hanging around the dead goblin. Is that leg already? Yeah, the leg's already scheduled for disposal. Sadly, of course, a lot of people are going to have to come out here to collect this goblin's teeth, one at a time.
In alphabetical order.
Right, yes, let's set up the goblin's cage somewhere outside the front door. It's the same Sard, but like let's.
We struck it again.
Yes.
Didn't seem to notice the first time.
I think I've got a few spare doors. Oh no, I've run out of doors. See, this is why I don't bother with doors. You have to build pesky things. Oh, we've struck another gem there. Brown jasper.
Dwarf Fortress is very educational.
I'm not putting I'm not keeping my goblin teeth in a stockpile. I'm just disposing of goblin teeth.
Unless the dwarves get hold of them first and decide that they'll be really great decoration for something.
They don't tend to like doing that, happily.
Hooray. I will take this strange evidence of dwarven common sense and be very surprised by it.
Right. Is it worth building that out into a bedroom, I wonder? Oh right, it's damp there, is it? We don't. Oh yes, because it's directly under the sea. Let's maybe not try to turn that into a bedroom then. I feel bedrooms shouldn't be damp. Seems like a bad idea.
Indeed it is. I coughed for most of my second year at university because of my damp bedroom.
Yes.
Not even being at a rich college can save you from the perils of bad student housing.
If you're right at the bottom of the room ballot. Even Trinity has some bad rooms.
Right.
Yeah, but
So we've made enough beds for our current population, I think, more or less. Especially since some of them are probably married. Now we just need to make enough bedrooms to put the beds in. But we're close. That, I think, is meant to, no, not there, have a wall down it to make that into a proper room. Chilton says, Dwarves are pretty happy at the moment, apart from what I assume is the demon child. It keeps changing which child it is, actually.
The current demon child.
But yes, there is one child who is 1 year old and, I mean, has not been helped by seeing dead goblins.
Also pissed off about the Communion of Jackals temple.
Yes. Is now starting dwelling upon that. Interested, remembering learning about surgery, though.
I'm not sure this is actually a good trait in the child as such.
He's currently attending a meeting, possibly to shout at the mayor about having to see dead goblins.
I mean,
Oh, limonite.
fair. I probably complain about that too.
We're disposing of them as fast as we can.
I would also say that, like, even though I was quite a precocious child, I wasn't.
Much good at surgery at the age of 1.
Yeah, well, also, even at the age of 1, I don't think I could speak in full sentences, etc.
Right, the Count has a grand mausoleum, which is better than they needed. So that's a good start. They apparently also want a better study and dining room and some more furniture. There's some space there, actually. I mean, we're getting rather far. This is the centre of the fortress, really. I want to keep the bedrooms close to that if possible, but that's kind of. It's not much of a walk over here, I suppose. Actually, didn't I have a kind of thought that I could extend this way a bit? Yes. Like this layer is no good, but we've got a couple of Z levels below that where we could build things. Big problem is we're kind of hemmed in by the sea at the shallow levels and this soggy sandstone soggy conglomerate rather, lower down. Yes. There's not quite enough space to stick a room in there without building extra walls. So actually, we have in this area gone down another level, haven't we? Yes. Though I'm a bit dubious if we come down on this side that we might run into some more aquifer. That will just end us up in the wrong place anyway. Ooh, we've got a second slightly unhappy dwarf. One of them was the other child who was being awkward. Cogvodinod, who was the one who went out there and did some killing, which may possibly have upset them a little.
Went out there and twatted it.
Yes, indeed. Dealt with Asno, Nightmare Snarl, and another dwarf whose identity is not considered worthwhile mentioning about. I went and shouted at someone, which cheered them up. And seems to have hardened up a bit as a result of the fighting. So, how's the equipment situation? Still 3 of them who don't have... If I bonk update equipment, does that help matters? Not at all. So we're also apparently short of about 5 pairs of high boots as well. Let's schedule those as well. Right, there is now a goblin cage out the front of the fortress. I think people keep wanting to clean the swimming pool, and this turns out to be quite dangerous.
In shoot test, swimming pool cleans you.
Yes. But the swimming pool is kind of covered in blood. Justin says, and if the goblin dies in the cage, then miasma won't be inside the fortress. It's true, the goblin probably won't die in the cage, though, because goblins don't need to eat. And possibly creatures in cages don't need to eat.
Maybe cages have a built-in food supply.
Yes. So the goblin should survive out there indefinitely. Let's just check that this person who's walking past the goblin isn't unhappy about the experience. No, I think caged goblin is a quite acceptable thing to have out in front of the fortress. Dig out those. That one only needs 1 extra wall. Let's dig that out as well. Oh, almost out of porcelain bricks, but not quite. I think possibly we need to start putting some containers in people's bedrooms so they don't just scatter worn out socks all over the floor. See, here is a sensible dwarf who has stuck their worn-out clothing in a wardrobe. Oh yes, why is there a goblin head lying around here? We should fix that. Stick these bits of goblin in the rubbish where they belong.
Is this still on the tidy your bedroom?
No, that's just that there was... Oh, right, and we seem to have a floor that's not quite constructed. Well, let's let that happen as well. No, there were just random lumps of goblin lying around in the corridor for reasons I don't currently understand.
There was an ex-goblin.
Yes, but why they were that deep confuses me. Presumably they got killed there, but I'm not sure.
They were in search of battle logs.
Maybe. Anyway, they've been tidied up now, or at least a couple of children are hauling the bits of goblin off and probably being traumatised by the experience. Yeah. Currently no trauma at all from wandering around with a goblin head. Is it a head? Yes. Goblin head disposed of. Other bit of goblin, I think, disposed of as well. Alex suggests you could try laundry disposal tubes, a sort of shoot test. Thank you.
Is there a pun there?
My fortress is called Shoot Test, spelled SHOOTTEST. Let's cancel our various make things out of cloth because they aren't happening. Probably on the grounds that we have no cloth. What is our cloth or uncloth situation like then?
Non-cloth dish behind.
We have quite a lot of silk. We've got, I presume all this pigtail cloth must be in the wrong place then, like in the hospital. So there's a decent amount of wool in that one and some silk in that one. Oh, but there's pigtail cloth there. That's not in the... Why could you not turn that pigtail cloth into something useful, eh?
I suppose drawers there.
Does being a major medical centre mean you need extra supplies of cloth for bandages?
Well, not really, because it's not like we actually treat anyone. Our medical knowledge is almost entirely theoretical.
But we're happy to practice bits on goblins.
Well, no, that's not really surgery. Oh, on which subject? I wonder how barracks work in this. Right, this space is currently unused. What happens if I just declare it to be a barracks? Can we do that? I don't know. If we make it that size, what happens? And then say, whether they sleep? No. Train? Maybe. Store things? No. Let's just have them train there. Will they start just naturally going and training there now? Or do I need to actually... Right, they're already automatically engaging in individual combat drill there. That's good. There's another place where there's meant to be a wall. There are a few bedrooms now that are like overflowing their intended size. Like that one is extending out beyond its walls, which is slightly wrong. Don't know that it matters much, mind, but it just feels wrong. Smooth those new bedrooms. And that one. Oh, and the rest of the floor. And that one, which I missed. Once those are smooth, we'll stick some beds in them and improve matters like that. We're getting close to the point where everyone can have a bedroom. Then possibly we could start making some coffers for people to stick their clothes in, or possibly cabinets. Let's just start making rock cabinets. And then people who've scattered their clothes all over their floors can have a suitable provision made. Hope that mandate wasn't one I was meant to actually do anything about. Four beds. I think we've got enough bedrooms. Nethercat bed would be very weird.
You want a few spare bedrooms, there'll be more immigrants along in a moment.
Yes. They probably won't come in the middle of winter. Right. Still some beds being installed. We're just about keeping up with the booze consumption, I think.
You had 5 earlier and now you've got 8. That's
Yeah, 6.
just noise, okay.
It's staying just above 0, which is good. Right. I think that's all of the bedrooms. Oh no, there's still a bed being installed there. Right. That are meant to have beds having them. So let's go have a round of tagging bedrooms again. And what's that? That looks like that's meant to be, that's a chair, isn't it? So that should be an office, but it's not tagged as an office. Whose office should it be? Who wants an office? The militia commander probably wants an office. Let's just confirm that the militia commander wants an office. The captain of the guard wants an office. Probably wants a better office than that, but it's a start. No, it's a good enough office. But they do want a chest cabinet. Yeah. Misha Connell. Ideally, I think I should stick their chest and cabinet in their bedroom. But right now we are finding more bedrooms. Like that one. And all that lot. That one. And all that lot. Right. So that's probably more or less enough bedrooms until the next batch of immigrants arrives, because we have 150 beds installed and 137 population.
Counting the beds is good enough because every bed is ipso facto in a bedroom.
I think I've put all of the beds in bedrooms. In theory, there might be some I mean, I can wander around and see. So in this view, all of the rooms are highlighted with triple equal signs. So any bed that I can see, there's one, is one that needs that doing to it to turn it into part of a bedroom. But as long as I can't see any beds in this view, then that means that there are no loose beds that aren't in bedrooms. Plus, like, dwarves will happily use a bed that's not, well, will unhappily use a bed that's not in a bedroom. Right, so now we should have enough iron mail shirts for everyone. Well, we're up to one dwarf, and that iron mail shirt is probably being filed somewhere, and they'll come back to it later. Is that an enormous mob of people engaging in individual combat drill? Right. I think we could do better than that and have some sparring or something, couldn't we? First, actually, let's fill in that one remaining gap in each squad. So will this tell me who is already a member of a squad? Not sure. I kind of assume that are people listed here not in a squad? Well, let's find out. Let's pick the top two, a talented spear dwarf and a talented hammer dwarf, and see if that causes gaps elsewhere. No other gaps in that one, at least. And no gaps there. Excellent. Right, so that means we've now actually got the correct number of people in each squad. So they do need to organise their armour a bit.
I feel as if Nautilus leather trousers must be kind of uncomfortable to wear due to being spirally.
I suspect you can change the shape of the Nautilus leather. Don't think it has to spiral.
Absolutely, it has to spiral.
So right. So we seem to have a bunch of different settings, so we can set them to, if we do that, right, then they're on staggered training, and presumably that one would then have a different staggered training setting. Looks kind of familiar. That means they're all officially off duty anyway. Well, we'll see how it goes. I think getting them to do some training will probably improve their ability to actually hit things with the sharp edges of their axes. So we still, while dwarves are having some fun in the swimming pool, it's not as much fun as I would like. I'm wondering if we should attempt the second level of swimming pool involving dwarf cannons.
Compulsory swimming pool fun for everyone until you've learnt to swim.
So if we temporarily turn off the pump, then we could do a bit of building work up there. Excellent. We've been improving beeswax crowns. Beeswax crown encrusted with exceptionally worked square brilliant cut chrysoprases and exceptionally worked briolette cut pink tourmalines and encircled with bands of superior quality square cut grey chalcedonies. I'm sure that will help.
What's a lot we didn't know? I do have to go, yes, it's bee leather. Come on, dwarves.
Someone appears to have dropped their gloves in the swimming pool. But the swimming pool is now draining. So it might actually be possible for people to clean the swimming pool as well. Which is probably good. So what I think I want to try... Oh yes, I needed to... Hudson says all these gems may obscure to the inattentive trader that the substance of the crown is beeswax until it subsides under the weight. Yes, I don't know quite how well this is going to work, but for some reason they think crowns are crowns as long as they're whatever they're made of. So
I mean, like, imagery, but also, what are you not on?
so is there still a meeting area up there? Right. Yes, there is technically, which is why the dogs have all suddenly run up there. So what we could do is demolish that wall.
It's a natural beeswax crown. Beeswax crown.
Install some fresh walls. Install a pressure plate. Oh, well, no, we'll have to wait for that wall to be demolished first, won't we? Oh, no, the pressure plate wants to be there, I think. So we want it to be triggered by creatures. Mostly adult dwarves, so we could just select dwarf. So resetting, obviously, dwarf triggered, pressure plate there, which we'll make out of a spare shale mechanism. We're going to need some mechanisms. Make a load of rock mechanisms. Is that now a hole in the floor? Okay, let's build some floor there then. Mostly we appear to be full of dogs. Right, now we've got some floor. Now, is someone going to come up and build the walls as well? Yes. Right. Then let's install a door there.
do that.
Right, the pressure plate has been put in place already. Right, we've now got some cabinets. So do any of our nobles want cabinets? Our count wants an additional cabinet.
One cabinet.
Our captain of the guard wants one cabinet. Our chief medical dwarf, who is also the count, wants one cabinet. Right, so we should find, if we can, the bedroom of our count.
I think wait for surgery.
No, actually, we should.
Wait for surgery demonstration doesn't deserve an exclamation mark.
I think they feel it's very important that they wait for the surgery demonstration.
The demonstration itself might be good enough to merit an exclamation mark, but the waiting.
So let's stick a cabinet in their decent study. Is it that one? No, that's a dining hall. Okay, I've lost it. Oh, I suppose that's the centre of the screen, isn't it? Yes. Right, that's the count's thing, and it needs apparently a cabinet. Build furniture. Cabinet in that room there. Where's our best cabinet then? Probably not a conglomerate cabinet. No, I think we will go for that rather nice microcline cabinet. Make mead brackets 5 has been completed. Drink stock 3. Those got drunk pretty quickly. And the captain of the guard wanted a cabinet. Don't really care where, so we'll stick it in their bedroom. Is that the captain of the guard's bedroom? No. Is that it? No. That one. Right. So that means we still have plenty of spare cabinets.
Good night all.
So I think then we should stick them in those rooms that have the most clothes lying around on the floor. Actually, I think let's do this in the way I do beds. Use closest, keep building. No, I've already put one in that room. Oh well. Right. Let's cancel one of the 2 I put in the same room. Right. You only need one cabinet to store all your socks in. And we are actually like somewhat sticking old clothes out here to be sold on to the next caravan that actually bothers to sell it, want to buy anything off us. Oh yes, we should reclaim the goblinite, shouldn't we? Are you off to store some of the yes. So what's on that square? All right, that's a bag of turnip seeds apparently. Really very large number of turnip seeds. Okay, it's not actually a bag of turnip seeds. Oh right, yes, it's a bag of turnip seeds, and when I selected it, yes, I only see the turnip seeds rather than the bag. Are you going to pick up lots of items? Nope, you're just going to take the bag. I mean, that's nice. And that child is carrying a sandal. Well, eventually we'll collect all of the goblinite. And it's a good way to get them out in the sunlight occasionally so they don't get too cave adapted. Anyway, about this swimming pool. So I think now what we want to do is to link that pressure plate. Why can I not link it? That's weird. I'm confused. I mean, admittedly, it is apparently covered in creatures. Let's turn off that meeting area temporarily. Actually, let's delete that meeting area, but we'll create a new one shortly. Wait for the dogs to get out of the way. We could turn the pump on briefly, which would get the dogs out of the way. Oh, that might be highly amusing anyway. Brief bit of flooding. Basically, if anyone is foolish enough as to open that door, they now get blasted off, which might be adequate, actually. But yes, we now have the problem that the water drains away rather quickly. So why can't I link this pressure plate? Why does clicking link plate here do nothing? This is concerning. Like, is it doing that with all pressure plates? And levers? Then I get a message saying needs accessible mechanisms. That sounds like our mechanism construction has not yet happened. Yes. Indeed, it hasn't even been validated yet. Is our manager non-functional? The manager has a perfectly good office, unlike the Count, who is still whinging about their dining room. Where's the Count's dining room? Apparently somewhere in the middle of the screen. Is it that one? Yes. So they wanted more furniture. They wanted another weapon rack and another armour stand and another chest. What's the best coffer we have available? That one is not very good. Well, let's see whether that makes it good enough, and if not, we'll make it better. Right, how are we doing for equipment? You appear to have no gauntlets, okay. And you lot have all decided to swap equipment and everything's getting terribly confusing. Right, let's build at least one pair of iron gauntlets then. Getting suspicious of the way that this task still hasn't been validated by the manager. What is my manager up to? Udil Lasfeb, or I suppose, manager. Why are you waiting for surgery demonstrations? Why are you not validating a work order, eh? Is everyone waiting for a surgery demonstration now? All right. And now you're going drinking. Well, that's better. Oh, yes, we're down to no drink. And my manager keeps going to surgery demonstrations. Socialise. No, go and validate a work order. I think that was a cancel something, don't have enough liquid containers, wasn't it? I think we need to mine some more dull metal. On which subject, we did actually have a tetrahedrite vein down here somewhere. So we have a decent amount of tetrahedrite, I think. We should smelt some tetrahedrite to Billen, shouldn't we? No, I did not mean forge Billen bucket. It was Billen, wasn't it? The silver copper ore. Yes, make Billen bars, use ore. You have a small amount of water leakage through these. it's not very much. Yes, the jugs are probably full of... we've got some cassiterite as well. Can we make some bronze? Bronze is nice. Not sure it's any better than Billen mine, but I suppose it uses up some cassiterite. If our damned manager will actually get involved. Why are you improving jugs? How did that jug end up in the stockpile? That's better. Meant to be improving crowns. Because these are damp walls, we have to do it manually, because if we just said mine automatically, they would go, oh, it's damp, I have to stop, in an unhelpful fashion. Right, we've reached the left edge of the map there. How the work order's going. No, you're still not. I may have a problem with my my broker here. Not broker, manager. So this will get us a bit more tetrahedrite, which we can forge into Billen in due course when our manager finally becomes useful. That's the end of... oh no, it's not. It goes round that corner. Oh, the counters mandated construction of some goods, have they? Make bins, okay. I think we're all not doing too badly for bins. Oh, hurrah, the manager finally stopped watching surgery demonstrations. Yes, when I screw up this digging, the dwarves keep bouncing back and forth between the two corridors, which is a little unhelpful. Corridors, seams, veins. I hope little enough water will come in here that it's okay for it just to flow out here and evaporate. May start getting a bit difficult to get in at the end if it gets too wet. This is a very convoluted tetrahedrite vein. Oh, have we reached the end of it? Right, good. So that's a decent amount of tetrahedrite, which we can then smelt into some useful metal for making into jugs and goblets and such like, because it's useless for anything else. Unlike iron, which is like terribly useful, and I feel bad about making goblets out of that. Oh, more tetrahedrite. How exciting. Sorry, this is actually terribly, terribly dull, but Pinkbee says it's like someone sold all the good goblets. It's true, I did.
Sold the good goblet. That's a Hobbit reference.
You have struck petrified wood. Yeah, there seems to be a complicated interleaving of tetrahedrite and magnetite, not magnetite, hematite here. Yeah, there's quite a bit of water coming down there. I mean, not enough to be a problem, but the peaty aquifer on the layer above is a bit of a nuisance. This will at least leave us with an acceptable quantity of tetrahedrite, possibly an excessive quantity of water. We've struck microcline. We may just need to clear the level above like we did for that large room to the north, just to get ourselves dry enough. Right, that bit of vein is finished. That little bit is. This bit is still going. I think we may have a legendary miner here. Right, that's that one finished. Just because you've made the bins already, you want picks now, do you? Right, looks like we may have the mechanisms we want now. Right, that's better. So let's link that mechanism to that door. Let's see how far we can carry on with this seam vein. Yes, we could do with being able to time our thing manufacturing better. No, that's overshot. Kind of hoping that eventually we'll get out from underneath the aquifer on the layer above, and then I can just let them mine this automatically rather than having to do it all by hand. Though in the olden days, back in 0.34, we had to do all our mining by hand. Auto mining is a weird new feature. Oh, right, we've reached the end of that vein. Right, I can stop now. What's going on with this pressure plate then? Is it now linked? Yes. So if I now declare this area to be a meeting area, will any dwarves come up here? If they don't, then I'll ask someone to pull the lever. I mean, strictly there is still a pull the lever job pending. Suppose we could just now set this to anyone may pull the lever. So dogs do not trigger the pressure plate because they are too light. That dwarf didn't trigger the pressure plate apparently. The pressure plate does not appear to be triggering at all. Oh no, yes, thing. I mean, admittedly, we probably want to start. Though the pump is the pump running? I think the pump is actually running. My pressure plate does not function properly. How sad. Oh well, we'll have to work out why that's going wrong. Dwarves are happily coming in and pulling the lever and nothing bad is happening to them at all. Possibly I needed to set a slightly wider range of weights for the pressure plate. Like my dwarves are not nominal dwarf weight. But it's kind of inconvenient. Just going to have a quick look at this water ingress. Seems like it's still safe. Like if it actually floods this area, we'll probably want to do something about it. Plus, it might give my dwarves some swimming experience as they come to try to fetch the rock. Here's someone coming to fetch some rock. But the rock they've come to fetch is... oh, it's some different tetrahedrite. Well, that's good. And let's have a quick look. All of the recent goblinite has been tidied up. So that's nice. Bomb wreck thing has a new demand. They now want... look, that is not practical. You can be as annoyed as you like, but we can't make you a bed out of rose gold. The only way you can get that is from a strange mood. The mayor would like me to make some weapon racks. Well, your implausible demand for a rose gold bed is not going to be satisfied, and we will see how unhappy you are about it. And yeah, we're going to have to do something about this non-functional swimming pool, but not tonight. Because I think tonight it is time to go to bed. We still need those bill and bars to be made so that we can start making useful things out of them. Oh well. It's time to go to bed, and we will worry about all of that on Sunday. So I will say save, and I'll find the button that's marked good night and say good night. Good night.